Well, welcome, Internet. It's another episode of Milk and Nuggets. This time with Shenandoah Pride milk, just regular 2% milk. And I have some Market Pantry nuggets. They're, oh, still a little hot. They are the Target brand nuggets. And they kind of look like those nuggets you would get out of those kid cuisines. I don't know if you remember that or if you're too young for that, but they're not as good as McNuggets. But let's just jump off into this. Somebody mentioned, my good friend Daniel, he mentioned that I should look into the whole quick editing. And is that like a popular thing or is it like a little fad? Is editing really quickly a fun thing to see or not? But I'll be experimenting with this episode and see. Let me know what you think. Yes, I'm wearing the hench shirts. Exciting as ever. Yes, Venture Brothers is awesome. I gotta eat some more nuggets. I gotta forget to talk. I'll make sure I get fed and clean my mustache. Some of the latest news. The whole Redbox Max Payne scandal. Coming to both consoles at Redbox, but the problem is Xbox 360 version is on multiple discs, but they're still supplying at Redbox, but they're only doing the first disc. And Rockstar Games actually replied and said multiplayer is on the first disc, but the second half of the story is on disc 2. So you can get the 360 version and play multiplayer and the first half of single player, but not finish it? I mean, what's the point of that? I believe all other multi-disc 360 games on the Redbox never made it, like Skyrim and Rage. They only released the PS3 version because it has quote-unquote superior format storage, whatever-ness. Is it really that big of a deal to get this Rockstar out? I mean, that brings up a whole nother concern. How does Redbox select what games are going to be on their platform or not? I mean, there's plenty of games that came out that I would have rented, but couldn't because it wasn't available, like Never Dead and that one that came out at Sega with the robots and the Squad Command. They had a demo. Binary Domain. That's what it is. I knew I'd eventually get it because I know a lot. Sometimes. About certain things. Anyways, that was, that's some gaming news. Never played Prototype 1, so I didn't bother with Prototype 2, so I'm not going to talk about that. Although I will say, I like what they're doing with the story, how you're playing somebody else. I don't know, I just feel that it's an interesting take, because it's like the same thing. Or the same time. I don't care enough to pay attention, though. To that game, that is. Ooh, I'm not in the light as much. Looks a little better. I've been finding myself going to Kickstarter.com way too much. It's so addicting and evil for my wallet. Oh, this looks cool. Let me throw money at it. And if you follow me on Twitter, Adam Dork, I posted a link to kicktracker.com. It basically judges trends and popularity of what it seems and makes a good guess on how well it will do. I don't know how they actually do that. I'm sure there's some math behind it, and I could probably go to a fact page and find out. It just seems like Kickstarter is on this huge fad, and I don't know. Sorry, I have some Frank's hot sauce and mop it up with the nuggets. But Kickstarter seems to be this huge fad now. Everybody's doing it. I went on one of the competitors if you could call it that, Indiegogo. And one of the people I watched are like, oh, we would have done Kickstarter, but we're in Canada, so we have to do this. It's very negative for Indiegogo itself. It's like this huge thing, and I guess Double Fine was the one that made it so popular. It's just horrible. Every time I go there, I find new stuff to look at that I want to throw money at. The worst thing is, I've sponsored 5 projects, First one in September, still haven't gotten it. There was a webcomic, I won't mention names. Had I not done it through Kickstarter, I pretty much could have bought everything that he was offering at an online store, and even the exclusive t-shirts. I could have just went to his online store, bought it, would have had it by now, except for one thing, and it would have been cheaper. Webcomics. I have a couple other ones. And that's another thing with the Kickstarter. Do these people who put on these projects, do they actually factor in the stretch goals? Because I think that's why the webcomic one is delayed, because of the stretch goal. One of my other ones were delayed because they're making the extras that I got with my backing. So, chewing is good. So I think it's a cool thing, but I almost feel like it's about to explode and something's going to happen. I mean, I've already read about the gaming glasses that people promised to make, but they disappeared. Get away, cat. Go away, cat. Go away. They didn't connect their Facebook. They delete all comments that are negative. The last picture they posted was them on a beach. This is like $100,000 people pledge. So, this one I'm going to throw it out to you. Make you feel important. How do you think Kickstarter is going to explode? Implode? Destroy? You think it's going to be like a video game developer making a bad game, and people are like, oh, I pledged, I thought it was going to be awesome, and it didn't turn out good, and I'm bitter, blah, blah, blah. How's that sound? Well, anyways, I should start to wrap this up, even though I still have nuggets. I'm trying to eat. You don't want just having you guys watch me eat. Or do you? One thing about these nuggets, they're quite flaky. Obviously, the McNuggets aren't, but these are kind of crumbly, so that's interesting. Anything else I want to talk about? There's a Twitter for this thing. It's at Milk and Nuggets. Simple enough. I haven't really been posting on it as much as I should, but there's not many followers, so it's kind of like, should I really? I'm really on the fence about this Resistance for Vita. It looks kind of iffy. Maybe I don't want to spend full price on it. I also want a game for my Vita, and I also love Resistance, so excuse me. And then they have pre-order junk that you can get, like instant level 5 on multiplayer, but I don't care about this. 3 avatar token custom lock screen. That would be kind of cool to see what they have in mind for that, but I wish I had an idea what it looked like before investing. And it's also pretty funny that they announced the new Survivor mode. It's like, all new to Resistance. No, they did that in Resistance Retribution on the PSP. You crazy nihilistic game company. Well, look at that. I am out of nuggets. Oh no, the milk is almost gone too.